Okay, the next characteristic that we're going to look at this time is a horizontal asymptote. So the rules that we have here, first of all, you'll notice in these three rules they refer to, or they use the letter N and M in each one of these. So this tells you to let the degree of the numerator be the N and the degree of your denominator to be M. All right, so when you identify the degree of your numerator and your denominator, if the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of your denominator, then your horizontal asymptote is always going to be at y equal 0, which would be your x-axis. Now, if your degrees are equal to each other, then it's going to be located at y equal, of course I have y equal here because this is a horizontal line, but it will be the ratio of the leading coefficients. So find your leading coefficient for your numerator, find the leading coefficient for your denominator, and make a fraction basically because it says that it's a ratio. So that's going to give you the location of your horizontal asymptote. All right, the third possibility is if the degree of your numerator is greater than the degree of your denominator, then you have no horizontal asymptote. Okay, so here are our examples. Okay, so with this first rational function, the degree of my numerator is going to be 3. It's always just the largest exponent. The degree of my denominator is going to be 2. So the situation that I have here is the greater than, because I would have 3 is greater than 2, so that would be the N is greater than the M. So going back to those three rules, that's actually that third situation in which you have no horizontal asymptote. So just like you don't always have to have a vertical asymptote, you don't always have to have a horizontal. Okay, next one. Okay, picking our degrees here. The degree of my numerator is going to be 1, because the x that I have here is to the first power. The degree of my denominator would be 2. So in this case, I have 1 is less than 2, so that would be N is less than M. So that's going to be that first situation in which it states that your horizontal asymptote is at y equal 0. Now make sure you do state y equal, don't just state 0 because it is a horizontal line. All right, last example on horizontal asymptote. The degree of your numerator will be 4 because that's your largest exponent. The degree of my denominator is also 4. So obviously this is the possibility, or that second possibility, in which your degrees are equal. Okay, so it says that you're going to take the ratio of the leading coefficients. Well, you know what coefficients are. Those are your numbers that you have in front of your variables. But your leading coefficients are going to be the numbers in front of your variable with the largest exponent. So it's actually going to come where these 4s are. So that's going to be your 2 and your 6. So you'd have y is equal to 2 divided by 6, which in this case you can reduce then to be 1/3. So y equal 1/3 is going to be your horizontal asymptote.